he was still a little chubby, but he was when he boxed, he would go into the boxing training shit, and like he'll go hard. He'll drop like 50, 60 pounds. So he'll get back to the agile part. But you know, like I said, he won that settlement, started going up and down. You know, got really involved with the music. With me as a hobby, we turned that shit into a real profession and
started making money.
And then then you know the lights of the deal came by, and then you know Pun was like, you know his mom was the type like, you know what I'm saying, okay, I don't need to go box no more. You know what I'm saying, I'm chilling. I gotta do this now.
Wow.
So that would take him more to laying back and eating, and that habit was hard to break.
It's funny, man. It's true in a sense, and then it's not true in a sense. Like,
okay,
it's cool to lay back and do that, but then it's unhealthy. Like, it's terrible. But anyway.
But remember, things captivate our mind that are greater to us at the time. Yeah. So music was more, you know, was the number one priority.
Yeah, sometimes.
So what comes with music? You laying around, writing rhythm, you're using your mind.
Yeah.
So now you're using your mind. So you doing this shit, not even thinking about this shit, because this is a hobby already. You eating, but you killing it on the paper. You coming up with crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? Your focus really was on making rhymes and not really too much. And as long as you was getting them hot ass rhymes out, everything else was like a given. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't that much attention put into that. You know what I'm saying? By his inner circle. Even me, I used to get on his ass, but he had that strong mind. You know, Pun was Pun. Tell that nigga something, he'll tell you 10 things about yourself.
Yeah, we're gonna continue from where you say you met him, but we have a call here. I want to take this call real quick, see if this will be quick.
Let's do it.
Yeah, see if this will be real quick.
All right, we have a call from Jonathan. He's calling from Puerto Rico. He want to ask you a question.
Puerto Rico, wow.
Jonathan.
What's up, Mike?
What's up, Mike? ¿Cómo está?
Wow.
Todavía, what's good, man? Much love and respect to your music and, you know, and to Big Pun, man, you know, the legacy lives forever, man.
Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, man. You know, we over here putting it in, man.
For sure, always. What I wanted to ask you, man, is I don't know, all the situation. I know there's a lot of conflict in business as far as, like, beef with Joe Ortiz, this and that, and I understand because it's all about business or whatever.
Right.
But if there's any way that we could kind of start to work talk to things and make songs together so we could have more Latinos standing up.
I mean, Papi, yo siempre he estado ahí para unity, so you know, I love unity and that's my first priority, but but before that, you know, it's my unity for family and people that I consider family. That's more important than everything else. Joel Ortiz, I love him as an artist. Don't get that twisted. No, eso no es. I never said what I said before to play a hate on his music or to get a publicity stunt out of it. You know, I have respect for that man for what he does, and I would love to do something with him in the future. It was you know, if his mind frame could be in the same, you know, in the same wavelength that I am. If you know what I'm saying, if we could come to an agreement where, you know, he could help out the family when he uses Pun's name in a bigger form than what he's doing, then we could come together and make big things happen.
Oh, that's what's up, man. That's what's up, man.
No doubt, my brother.
Okay, but you know, I just wonder, you know, all Latinos, you know what I'm saying, to this 2012, you know, we gotta keep going harder right now.
That's right.
Because the way the hip hop is turning, like, it's no real raps anymore. So you guys are still keeping the, you know, the underground and it's still going strong. And we just gotta keep that legacy going so we can show the new generation about the real hip hop, you know.
I'm with you, Bobby. 100% I'm with you.
All right, bye.
Mira. Yo, Pai, ahora mismo we was talking about Puerto Rico and all that, so I'm glad you called.
Oh, for sure, Pai. Hey, check me out. I'm on your Facebook. Flammable, man.
Okay, está bien, papu.
Okay, bye.
Okay, mucho amor, mucho amor.
I love, sir.
All right, man. That was dope.
That was good, man.
Yeah.
It's funny he mentioned Joel Ortiz because I have him here as a question, so you might as well knock that out real quick.
Yeah, man.
You
Joel Ortiz, man, great guy.
Talk about
Very humble. Very humble when I first met him. I was trying to get him on a track because I respected his skills. I respected the love that he gave to my brother. And he put me in one of his rhymes, which gave me love. And he always bigged us up. It's just, I understand it. I like disagree with myself to a point, but I couldn't be fake to myself when I raised the point up about that song that he did. So that's why
I heard about that. That's what I wanted to ask you.
And I understand.
I heard you say you didn't like that song, right?
No, not that I don't like
No?
that song. I didn't like.
I'm probably wrong. That's just why I'm asking you. I don't want no, you know.
I mean, you could say I didn't like that song. You could say that. You could even say that. I didn't.
You felt it was a disrespect. This is what I heard. I'm sorry. That's what I heard. You felt it was a disrespect. That's what I heard.
I felt in a way it was a disrespect. I didn't feel like the whole. Maybe if he did it from a different part of his heart and it was shown, I wouldn't have felt that way. But the actions afterwards, after he did the song, like he never checked in with.
I want you to elaborate here. This is
I'm elaborating. I'm just saying that the fact that he didn't go to Pun's wife and the kids and made him a part of that song is the reason I felt like he did it for the wrong reasons. He did it just to use Pun's name.
To make money?
Yeah, to make money, to just, ride the wave that, Rick Ross did that song with Meek Mills and he did it about Pac. And then Mano did it about Biggie. I felt that he did it just to get on that wave, to get on there with them. And I had to let him know that when you touch Pun's name, is avenues you have to take. You know what I'm saying? As a protector.
It's true, man.
I'm saying I'm a protector.
It's a level of respect
I'm a
you gotta
protector.
show, and
I'm a friend.
it's true. I don't know the song. I never heard the song.
No, I know, but I'm just saying
I wish
that was
I did, so I could be able to speak more about it.
But that was my issue. My issue was that, when it comes to Pun, it's like.
What was the song about? What was it?
Well, you gotta hear it. You probably.
Was it with a pun beat or something?
No, it was about. What was the song already? I forgot it.
Oh, the Joe Ortiz?
Yeah, the Pun. Big Pun's back. Big Pun's back.
Oh, I didn't hear it. I haven't heard it.
Remember they did Tupac's
I
back?
heard it, yeah, I haven't heard
But
it.
he did Big Pun's back.
I haven't heard it.
Big Pun's back. But I just didn't feel that he went through the right avenues. And he didn't. It was just facts. He didn't go through it. He probably went with the Fat Joes of the world.
I heard another one that he did.
But that's what happened. He went with the Fat Joes of the world.
I heard
He went with the
another
other side of the world that has
yeah?
a different story.
Okay.
So I've kind of felt for him because he was in the middle of things.
I heard another one that he did that he said, people say I sound like Pun, and then started spitting. You didn't hear that one?
Yeah, he killed that one.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Oh, yeah?
Because that was great.
You
that's
just have
given-
nothing to say about
but-
that one?
No.
You didn't say nothing at all? You just said it was hot? I don't know, I'm asking.
No, I said it was hot.
No, yeah.
Because he was given appreciation. People say, I sound like Pun. And he
Yeah.
went to the Pun
He
style.
started spitting crazy.
Like Pun.
I can't, but that
But
kid
see,
is
that's
nice,
but
man.
that's love.
That kid's nice.
But see, that's genuine love. That's like you appreciating the artist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now when you try to take it that you're the next new Christopher Lee
Yeah,
Rios,
yeah.
once you go there,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, hold up, homie. I knew Christopher Lee
My
Rios.
cameraman was playing some YouTube crazy. He was just going off the head.
Anyway, but that's the situation. As far as like, you know what I'm saying, him being an MC, I love him as an MC.
I don't really listen
I
to him like that.
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
I don't. I'm being honest.
That's
you know, I
real,
listen to
that's real.
hip hop too.
I do, but I did and I do.
don't.
You
But,
know what I'm saying?
but I'm not gonna front when my man let me hear it. It was, it was alright. It was alright.
Yeah.
I liked it.
You know, he
You know?
spits, man. He spits from the foundation that we made from.
Yeah.
As far
It'll
as
be
like
good to
the
have
corner
y'all
block.
together.
You know what I'm saying?
man,
The
I
corner
swear.
block.
It will be good
So
to
that's-
have y'all together. I ain't even gonna,
Which,
I'm gonna get that.
the thing is that I try
Yeah.
to extend myself. To
That'll
him.
be nice.
And I don't think he really wanted to get in the middle.
Yeah.
You know, that was my first. That's what I got from him.
I think
I went to meet him up at Sue's. We chill, have a little drink, and try to
Really?
exchange. He always gave me the love though. Don't get it
That's
twisted.
cool, that's
He always
cool.
gave me that Q. What's up? But he never like. You know, as an artist, that if you respect an artist,
I
you want to
would've.
do a song, you be
Yeah,
like,
you should've,
yo, let's
yeah.
get in the studio, my
Yeah,
nigga, let's
yeah.
get busy. But he never did that
That's
to me.
understandable from you.
But he never did that to me. So I took it like, you know, I got my pride too.
That's right. That's
So-
what I'm saying. That's
so if I did
understandable
that,
from you.
So this is the second time I go to you, and
He
you
should
don't.
be coming to you, telling you.
Well, he shouldn't. If you don't feel like you don't.
Well, it's true,
You never
but
feel Cuban like
If
that.
you're gonna be paying homage to your man like that,
But that
you know?
no. But see, I don't want to put it like that because that's like I'm expecting him to
It's
do
true,
something
though.
because he
You're
loves
right.
my man.
You're right. You're right.
I don't want to do that.
You're right.
The main thing is like this. I extended my shit because I know he's dope. He's Spanish, and I felt like you know what I'm saying. I like him as an MC. I would love to have our two minds in the studio together. Come, you know, make a fucking crazy song, and I extended myself to that. But whenever we met each other on some old like, what's up? Having a little few drinks. He was drunk, and then never, you know. I know he's about his business, and I don't think the vibe I got from him. I didn't even want to get in the middle between that whole Terror Squad
That's
shit
cool.
between Joe
I
and
hear
Pun.
you.
I mean Joe and Cuban. You know what I'm
I
saying?
hear you.
And I understood that. He never said that to me, but I understood it. But then when he did that song, and he didn't go through the right proper channels, which I said is Pun's wife and his kids. Those are the proper channels. If you got their approval, then it's cool. Like
So
you know what I'm
still
saying?
see
Everything's
them and you
cool, but he
with them? You
didn't.
still see his wife and his ex-wife and all that?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I still see them, man.
That's cool.
You know what I'm saying? That's my family. That's my second family to the day I die, whether
That's
they
cool.
like it or not. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool.
But anyway, much love to Joel, man. Keep doing your thing. Just understand, you know, niggas is not here in physical form, but they still here in spirit form.
No doubt.
So we respect that. And
That's funny.
And believe me, I respect
That's
that.
nice, man. Listen, you were saying about how you met Pun when we stopped talking. I cut you off. I would like to get back to that when you met him and things.
when I met Pun, I told you, man, my man Triple Six came and threw some rocks in my window. I was sleeping. I looked out the window with boogers in my eyes. I said, "The fuck you doing here, homie?" And he was there with this guy with the Carhartt suit, kind of big. And that was Chris. That was Moondog. That was Punisher. You know, and I didn't really recognize because, like I said, when I was playing ball with him, he was slimmer, so he already got a little stubbier. So then we go outside, chilling. You know, he got money to trick. You know, at that time I was 16, so you know, money wasn't like that coming in. Like,
So he already got that money?
yeah, he was already
Yeah.
balling. You know.
You know
So,
how
you know,
much he got?
I think it was 600 down
Wow.
at that
No
time, like
doubt.
600, 500 down, something like that.
No doubt.
So you know, but he had it set up in payments. Like he took a
Yeah,
big
yeah.
chunk in the front, and then he, you know, every year, I mean, every month he gets a pay. So he did it smart.
Good.
But besides that, it was like, you know, he took us out, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? After that, we went to his crib. This nigga kidnapped me in his house for like a week.
Ta.
You know what I'm saying? And we just became friends here, man. Like our spirits knew each other in the past time.
That's cool,
Just
man.
the way he was. You know what I'm saying? And it's I can't explain it, but
I can understand what you're saying.
you know, regardless,
I can imagine. I
just
wish
the
I could.
similarities, the sense of humor, what he loved and what I loved, and the things we liked together, everything we did is like, you know, that's something that when you meet, when you see that in life and you confront it, it's special.
Is it true that the Caribbean Connection and the Full Eclipse crew were the names of the first rap groups that you and Pun started?
Yeah.
So what was that? Two separate groups? How's it work?
No, it started with me. Triple Sage.
Sounds like two groups to
Triple
me.
Sage. Triple Sage was the like. I gotta say, he was like the foundation of the hip hop world with us, between me and Pun. He was the one who inspired us to rhyme. He inspired me to rhyme. You know what I'm saying? He pushed Pun to rhyme. You know what I'm saying? Like whenever we together, he's the one that would, yo, get the notebooks, let's write a song. So he was that. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, he already had a group on his own called Young and Ruthless. Like Triple Six, he was with another crew. But he always promoted the hip hop and he instilled that shit in us. But even though I was already doing it in a hobby, but you know what I'm saying? Pun was doing it as a hobby. But he's the one who brought it out to the mainstream for us. So we became, we were just doing so much rhyming together. We said, yo, you know, let's become the Caribbean Connection. You know what I'm saying? I made that name up.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you got the Puerto Rican, you got the Dominican, and you got the Cuban.
So what's the Full Eclipse Crew?
No, but that's the first. Then the Caribbean Connection was too cheesy. You know what I'm saying? It was like cheesy, a little too cheesy.
No.
But it meant a lot to us because it was dope. We just young niggas thinking about the hard, the dope names. You know what I'm saying? Like my first name was Lyrical Assassin. You know, it was just hard. You know what I'm saying? Pun with the Moon Dog. You know what I'm saying? Sage was Joker Jam. That's his name. So, you know, we just came up with that. Then we scratched that off.
Wow.
Then Sage went back to his crew.
How old were you by this time?
I was 18.
18 already. Okay.
Yeah, so Sage already went back to his crew. So now the Caribbean Connection, he broke out. We got mad at him. So now it's just me and Pun. We said, fuck it, let's name ourselves Total Package.
Total package.
Total Package. The Total Package was like, that shit corny. It was cool, but we never came out with it. It was just us in the crib thinking the name. You know what I'm saying? Total Package lasted for like 2 days. You know what I'm saying? And then we hooked up. Then we hooked up with some kids over there, you know, by Forest Projects, which was the Terror Squad that we know, like me and Pun know, which is the original Terror Squad. And from there on, that's when I said, you know what? Let's name ourselves Full Eclipse. It was supposed to be.
Not for that, it sounds like you got better.
It got better. Right there. It got better.
For real.
Because we made a metaphor.
Sounds better.
We made a metaphor of the moon eclipsing, like with the sun.
Oh,
you know,
yeah, that's cool. That's
full
cool,
eclipse,
yeah.
but then full eclipse. The clips.
Oh,
so, you
that's
understand?
cool.
So now, you know, when you get that, when you get that's
nice.
That's the artistic touch to it.
Yeah.
And once when you get that metaphor going, that's when you know it's hot. So from Full Eclipse, yeah, we added Triple Six back on, because you know I was our brother regardless, and then we added the sick one, my man Toon. So it was 4 of us. And Full Eclipse started fucking with my man, you know, the nigga who backed us and everything, as far as like, you know, money and all of that. His name is Nelson, man. My man Uncle B, he passed away and was RIP. You know, but he was really like family like that, and he believed in us when nobody did. And he's the reason why Joe started looking at us. You know what I'm saying? Because of that. Because he knew Joe like that. We knew Joe too from just the neighborhood, because he's from the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
So we used to play softball and stuff together. We see each other like that, but Joe was a nigga always with a chip on his shoulder, acting like he's doing him. So he never looked at us like that until Uncle B put in his face. And then he, you know, once he looked, he went looking deeper, and he heard Pun, fell in love with Pun, and, you know, he really wanted to fuck with Pun.
How was that whole experience? Like that you just said, Full Eclipse Crew, before all of that, like that and the first name, from the first name to the Full Eclipse Crew. How was that experience?
That was the best. That was the best. That was the creative. That was the creative process. That was the.
It's funny you say that because it's when you're the brokest, ain't it?
Yeah. Broke as fuck.
And it's true, because I could believe you, because
Broke as
my
fuck.
brokest days are my better
We
memories.
used to rob niggas at that time together, just to get shit to eat.
I hear you.
Just so we don't have to ask, you know, Mom Dukes and Daddy. We said, fuck it, we get this money somehow. You know, that's when the venturing of the selling jars come in, and
That's nice. It's a
robbing
beautiful-
people, and, you know, shit that we all go through, man, when we're in the hood, man.
That's why I say it's a beautiful thing. Good memories.
We
If
learn from
it ain't
those
bad things, good memories. You learn from them. Thank God we're here today, you know.
That's it. That's what it's about, man. Learning.
Let me ask you a question. Did Pun and Jay-Z really have a problem in the bar? And did Pun really bang him in the head with a
Nah,
bottle?
Pun didn't touch him.
No?
Pun didn't touch him.
I heard that in the street a lot. To this day, I didn't know if that was true or not.
Pun didn't touch him. It was a beef, more of a. It was a problem that happened because we niggas in the crew had booked.
Excuse me, let me cut you off for a second. I'm sorry. I heard Jay-Z came in and stopped the bar. Pun got mad because he stopped the bar. Something like that. That was a rumor in the street.
Yeah, that's wrong rumors.
That's street rumors, man.
Never listen to the rumors.
I don't. This is why I'm asking you.
No.
I would love to know. This is why I'm at all these years. I
Alright,
swear,
here's the
since
story,
back
here's the
then,
story.
all these years. This is the rumors in the street.
Here's the
I would
story.
love to collect.
Here's the real story.
Okay.
The real story is that Joe never liked Jay-Z. Never. He always
Joe.
Fat
Okay.
Joe, never
Okay.
liked Jay-Z.
Okay.
Never. He loved Jay-Z though as as an artist. But he wasn't more of a respectable, like respect towards Jay-Z. It was more like, look at this nigga, he ain't do shit that I've done. He living my life, he's saying my life. It was more of that with Joe. So he never liked Jay-Z as a person, but he loved the way he rhymed and everything, and what he spit. Just something like, he wished he was Jay-Z to a point, but knowing that he felt like he did, like he's that real drug dealer nigga, like, that's how Joe felt. I'm just giving you emotional background. That's why he didn't like Jay-Z. He instilled that shit in Pun. Me and Pun loved Jay-Z. But Pun was, you know, of course, we loyal. We loyal, and if this crew is what it is, this is what we rocking with.
Yeah.
Even, you know what I'm saying? Because we have to take some, you know, we have to take some hits sometimes, regardless.
Yeah, that's the way it
and we
is.
rocking with the crew.
I hear you.
So, you know, Pun is more of a soldier in that situation. You know what I'm saying? He was more of a soldier. So, it was a situation in a club, Carbons, that niggas booked Jay-Z to perform.
Carbons, that's where I heard
56 over there.
I heard of
56 and 12, yeah, back in the
I
days,
heard of that
it was
a
a
lot.
spot.
Yeah.
Anyway, they booked Jay-Z to perform. We in there. Something happens where Jay-Z doesn't perform. So it's like, the story is that I wasn't behind the story, like, I was there, but I'm saying, I wasn't in the negotiation part. I guess he welched on his base, said, yo, I never said I was gonna perform for 15 G's. Whatever. The nigga welched on the bet. Niggas got tight. They started riffing inside the office. Some nigga from the terror squad at the time came out bleeding. Like, he said that somebody hit him in the head with a bottle. He came out bleeding to the VIP where we was at. Now where we was at, it was Rockefeller niggas and it was TS niggas, all of us. So when he came out bleeding, it was on. So at the end of the day, niggas went at it. Like me, Pun, everybody, we went at it with the Rockefeller niggas at the time. But, you know, at the time, it was, you know, niggas got beat up. Niggas got chased out of the fucking VIP and whatever. Jay-Z wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? But we definitely didn't lose nothing that day. Just put it like that. Niggas got chased the fuck out of there.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm hearing you.
So what happened was, that situation, you know, it happened. Then niggas saw Jay-Z again at a show. And niggas was chasing Jay-Z around the couch. Pun and Joe was chasing Jay-Z around the couch. And Jay was like, chill.
Oh, I heard that. I think I did hear that.
That's
too.
it. That was the problem.
He was chasing Jay-Z. He was chasing Jay-Z around the couch.
That's what happened. You know, but Jay didn't want the problem. Like he really wanted to find. He was like lost a little bit because he came to me, like Jay-Z came to me at a DMX listeners party, and I was by myself. And Jay came to me, and he told me, "Yo, Q, what's up?" Them niggas, because what was the fat nigga that used to run with Jay-Z and them?
Oh, Beanie?
Nah, not Beanie.
Oh, before that.
The fat nigga always been with Jay.
Oh, David Dash.
No, man, fat dude. He used to rap. I forgot my nigga name. He nice.
Beanie Siegel?
No, he wasn't.
Freeway?
Fat dude, nah. Back before them
Not
niggas.
Jazzo, because Jazzo.
Not Jazzo, right there, right that
In
time.
that era?
Camera shot. Yeah, done.
Wasn't that Shot Money or something like that?
Nah, man. Anyway, he made a song that they thought they dissed Joe and Pun. Some shit I call your twins. And he threw like indirects at Joe and Pun. So this nigga Jay, this was before the chasing around the couch though.
Was that the song that he said that I'll fly over your tour bus? Because remember at that time Joe didn't fly.
No, he didn't. It wasn't Jay-Z who said anything.
Oh,
it was the other nigga.
Oh, okay.
What was the other nigga name? And he big too. He used to rock with Jay-Z anyway. Him. He said his song, whatever. So Jay put me to the side and said, yo, my nigga, yo, what's going on? How you doing? You know, give him respect and all that. And he told me, yo, my nigga, tell them niggas that song wasn't for them. You know what I'm saying? I said, yo, they feel a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? I told him just like that. I said, they feel a certain type of way. He was like, yo, man, tell them niggas that shit wasn't for them, man. You know, don't even think it that way. So that was it. After that, that's when the situation happened in Chicago with it. You know, it happened behind that stage. And niggas had that situation where niggas was running. You know, Pun was the aggressor at that time. Pun was the aggressor because he was already so gassed up by Joe saying, "Yo, Pun was the nigga that to prove he's far from pussy."
I hear you, man.
And to prove his loyalty so much that he took charge there.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm glad.
But that's a story.
I'm glad you clarified that for me. That's a beautiful thing. I've been wondering that for years. That's me, what I heard in the street.
Yeah.
It's been in the street
Oh,
always.
forget it. You leave it to the streets.
I didn't believe nothing. I always wanted to know the truth. You don't see.
You know how many rumors they made about me?
Yeah.
I got the foulest rumors on me.
All right.
I got the foulest. Niggas be like, yo, y'all niggas disgusting. Niggas don't even know me. I mean, faggot niggas spread rumors like, yo. And I see if there was truth. Like, they fall from the truth. Like, so opposite of the truth. Like, you know, if niggas go opposite from the rumors they did, I'll be a hero. Like, why can't you say the real shit about me? You know? But they rather believe, you know, the crazy shit. You already know.
No doubt. All right. I'm gonna tell you another rumor that I heard in the street, and I would like clarify, please. All right. The rumor has it that you ran into Fat Joe in a club in
Ran into Fat Joe in the club.
in Fordham, Jimmy Brown's Cafe. You got into a confrontation with him. One of his boys supposedly sliced your face. I want to know if that's the truth. What happened? What started everything between y'all to even start that? What happened before that to even start that? Or if that's true,
That's a little long story. It's I mean, the way you said it, it's plain and simple. It's not that plain and simple.
Did it happen first? Because I don't know if it happened.
It didn't happen where I ran into a club. It was actually, we were still kind of teammates. You know what I'm saying? It's like I was still on the terror squad. It was like the end of it. It was like the end of it. The reasons why, let me start from the top. Start is already, after Pun passed away, you know, I was already being, like, not satisfied by the way Joe's the manager. Well, he couldn't be the manager on paper, because I would be double dipping, because he's already the label. So that's already, you know, you can't do that. But inside the crew, we knew Joe was the leader. He was the manager.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He's the one who's going to get this nigga to do shit for me. He's the nigga that's going to get that producer to make a beat for me. So he was like the manager. So he also get a fee for that.
Yeah.
You understand? So he also gets paid for that. But he can't be on the books, because that would be that's illegal. Because he's also the label, like I said. So I was complaining because it was like I was being ignored, and I was wondering, how the fuck do I get ignored when I'm the nigga coming up? So I was supposed to get my manager's full attention at the time. If I'm gonna be next, you know what I'm saying, to release my album and all that, nigga, I'm paying you. It's not like you my man, I'm expecting it. I'm paying you for the things you're gonna do for me. So it's not like, you know, he's worried about his stuff. So I got a little offended because it's like, when it was niggas' turns, I was the #1 guy. Right there, helping you with your shit. So it was more like a personal issue with me. It was more personal, besides the fact that I'm paying you. It was like, yo, my nigga, what's up? It's my project. I told you I need this nigga to get on my shit. You know what I'm saying? I need this nigga to do this. You know what I'm saying? I need this nigga, I need Atlantic Records I need to find, you know, where their pulse is at. Are they happy with the project? Are they, you know, so he's telling me all this shit, but he's not really paying attention. So it's like, you know, it's like, what the fuck? What's going on? So something definitely was happening after Pun's death. Like, he went to himself.
So this was all after Pun's death.
Yeah. So now I feel a certain type of way.
How long after Pun's death would you say this, all of this? You
3,
feel
4
in
months.
this already?
Like
Yeah,
3, 4
it's
months.
quick after.
Yeah, quick after. So now, I'm voicing my opinions. You know, I don't want to leave the group, but
Yeah.
nothing. I want your attention, my nigga.
Yeah.
Like, what's the problem? So he keep doing this shit, and he's being shiesty. I heard, you know, I found out that he did underhandedly do business. He stopped my business so he could get money. So he was doing a lot of maneuvering through the back of me that I didn't know, in the business side. And even through that, I was just like, all right, man, put that all aside, let's get busy. So I was believing more in unity as far as like now we really need to show ourselves for the terror squad and for punt, because that's just the message. Like, you know what I'm saying? We need to be one now. Now's when we need to come together. He was thinking about dividing, separating himself. You know, I didn't know that at the time. Because remember, it goes back to the block loyalty, and we come from the same block, we Latino.
Yeah.
So all that is in me more than separation.
That's true, yeah.
So my heart was in that
I understand
unity
what you're
part more.
saying, yeah, man.
So regardless of the arguments me and him had and all of this, you know, I was already feeling a certain way, but then I found out he was doing underhanded things. You know, I was finding out that he, you know, the terror squad deal, how much he really got, how much he gave us, and the big deals that he got through us, and how much he paid us. I started doing the math. I was like, yo, this nigga really like jerking niggas, you know, which he deserved to, you know, wet his beak. But he was drowning in, he was drowning in the beak. He wasn't even wetting it. You know what I'm saying? So it felt like betrayal to a point, but I was still willing. I was still willing to really go forward with things. Next thing you know, I get approached by a clothing line. The same people who manufactured 560, which was Joe's line, 560.
Okay.
Same people came to me, and since it was my time to come up and come out with my album, they offered me a deal.
Mm.
So then Joe got mad at the people for offering me that deal.
Wow.
And threatened them,
That's foul.
right?
That's foul, yo.
So now I'm over here like, word, this nigga got mad. He's eating off of me anyway. Because if they give me a deal, he still gets
You get paid
20%.
for it, right?
He still get
Wow.
20%. Like, why is the hate
That's
so
crazy.
much? You understand? So
You
it was
get paid
that.
for it and you not accepting, like, for nothing? You
Because
just sit
what
on
he
your
wanted-
ass
because
and get
the-
20%?
Because the greed was for them to go through him, so he give me probably 20%.
Yeah.
You understand?
He was mad at you, went straight to the source.
But they went through me. No,
Yeah.
they came
Well,
to
they
me.
came to you, exactly.
It's not like I went to them and asked
Yeah.
them for a deal. They came to me.
I hear you,
But you know what I'm saying? So it's even worse.
Yeah.
Like you put the blame on me when they came to me. It's not my fault that niggas, they believe, that, you know what I'm saying, that I'm hot.
Yeah.
So why you mad? You supposed to be my representative. You supposed to be my manager. You supposed to be my voice. So when that happened, I was like, yo, imagine this nigga's doing this with a clothing line. So imagine when he's telling niggas in Atlantic about me. And my album's supposed to come out. And I'm wondering why my album's not coming out. So then I started adding things up, and it's like something fishy. Finally, it leads up to a meeting. It leads up to a meeting in a lawyer's office with me, my lawyer, Carlos Pimentel at the time, and you know, Joe was there with his lawyer, Goldbound or something is his lawyer, Goldberg or something Gold. I'm supposed to have a meeting because I wanted to clarify things up, like, yo, where do we stand? Are we still moving on with this situation as a businessman, or are you letting me go? I wanted to know. And me, I went in that meeting really with more of a question mark, not more of a, I'm already set that I'm out of here.
Yeah.
So now when I get there, Joe starts acting really on the defensive, on some old like we don't need you, like that, like he went to the extent said, nigga, but you whack, like on some little kid shit. I'm looking at this nigga, I'm like,
How old were you now?
I
How
said,
old were
you
you by
think?
this
Like,
time?
yo, like all this shit, like, nigga, you whack this, that, all this shit, you know what I'm saying? I don't gotta go through all this shit, and, like, mad shit that he going through, he putting it on me, so I'm like, damn, that's how you feeling me? That ain't making sense why you're not pushing me in Atlantic. It's making sense why you're not, this is the way my representative,
The
to
true
the world,
side came out. you
supposed to, you know, how you a good team with me? You're not gonna give me money, you looking for my downfall. You know what I'm saying? So, I didn't even say nothing. My lawyer came out and said, oh, your word? So, nigga, we suing you for double dipping and all this shit. And I was telling you about the double dipping part. The double dipping is he playing the manager and the label at the same time. So he did all of that, but I didn't know this nigga was gonna say all that. And he said, yo, you did this, you did that, you did that. Now I'm listening, I'm like, he did that, what? And I'm looking at my lawyer like, what the fuck, you never told me this. And so, but I'm not saying nothing. So I'm all like in shock, like.
Lawyer's a
And he
piece of
starts
shit.
arguing. And he start arguing with my lawyer, and like all this shit in front of lawyers, and I'm like, I calmed everything down. You know what I'm saying? Because I already felt his shit, his negative shit, and I'm over here with this, and I'm like, you know what, man? How can we move forward? Let's move forward. It's obviously, you know, this is not my home. Terror Squad is not my home, so how can we move forward? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just do us. You do you, I do me. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather do bad by myself. That's what I said in the meeting. And, you know, the situation kind of calmed down. He said, well, word, yeah. You know, you could do that, you could do that. Like, he was kind of happy, but he was more of a, that's when I seen the culebra come out. You know what I'm saying? Like, more of a, he went into his old, well, you know, for my services that I rendered to you, you know, I just want like $300,000 when you get the next deal. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. So now I was like, you know, word, you need $300,000? I said, it's done. Because, you know, I already know. Like, that's conversation right there. Let me know this nigga is my enemy in business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even take it personal.
It's true, man.
Business is my enemy. The way you said, everything you already said it right here. You feel this way about me. You're talking about other things. You're underhanding me in business to make you money. You stop situations that I would have got money. Stop, you know what I'm saying, feed my family. So you're my enemy in business. So now me, I'm like this. Okay, cool. You know, I just wanted a separation where I know I'm better than this. I could go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Get $1 million deal somewhere. Get this nigga 300. Get him out of my life for some more, like, you know, thank you. Because remember, I can't. It's like I can't really shit on him because he did, you know, put put me on, and he helped put me on too. So it's like
loyalty.
It's like a whole giving you a blowjob and you want to punch in the face. So you really can't punch in the face because she bit your dick a little bit. She skips your cock, but you can't really punch it because she's hooking you up. So it's like, you know what? All right, let's go. So then we went to there. Next week,